Hello, my friends. Today is April the 9th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is a four-card pull to cover the year to follow. It's approximately 10 minutes, so hang in there with me. There's a lot of different lessons that often can come through. This is a four-card pull, as I said. This is a general energy card for the year, something that might be sustained or something that might punctuate it. Then there's a particular challenge that might come up for you. Then there's an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or a synopsis card. We'll talk about that at the end. This is the particular energy, general energy card of the year, and it is the Maiden. And what does the Maiden ask you to reflect upon? Well, what is the Maiden? You know, the youthful energy of maiden of it's in the old days the maiden was the maiden mother crone. She was on her way to become the mother and then to become the crone and the teacher and the wise woman, and the maiden had certain obligations for most societies that they had to fulfill, and yet the maiden also had kind of the sense of the rut of spring and the sense of youth and the sense of frolic and the sense of folly and the sense of wanting to taste the divine pleasures and the sense of wanting to find the night and live happily ever after they kissed the sweetness of the night, wanted to journey, wanted to adventure. There's a lot of the maiden question of following tradition, following roles, or stepping outside of the box and finding one's own authority and one's own path. Those are all about what the maiden is about, and that can be the maiden can be a man, an old man, a young man, a woman, an old woman, a young woman, anybody who's in between. It's about the youthfulness of mind and excitement and adventure versus the sticking to the program and listening and doing what you're quote supposed to be, and finding that balance. So what is this all about then? What is your particular challenge, April the 9th? It is the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords has followed some kind of mental pursuit in her life, or is called to, or maybe is being told to. Maybe this is you, and this is the mother, your mother, or someone who exemplifies the mother and what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to think and what you're supposed to be in society. Now, the queen often has a lot more compassion than that, but the queen can also be small and petty and stuck in her own devices and not really seeing beyond her own whims and her own wants. But the queen is normally much more compassionate at that. But this is your challenge. So, what is this a challenge around? Well, it's either a challenge, I think, around someone else telling you what to do and saying, no, you have to follow this particular line of teaching, training, understanding, and I'm going to stand in your way and I'm going to fight you. Or maybe this is you yourself, and there's some internal Queen of Swords that says, well, I have to follow my pursuit of college. I have to follow my pursuit of this training. I can't just give over to be married and to have kids and to lose myself and not have, my identity, my personality, my authenticity coming through, because I want to do more than that. I want to be more than that. I want to feel life. I want to find life. So there's some kind of challenge in authority and surrendering to the path that others and even you might think is the logical path. But if the maiden is coming up, then the maiden is saying, oh, but I want to, my feelings, my heart, my soul, maybe my identity and my karma are calling me to go in this direction, and it's off the path, and it's out of the realm, and it's against the tides of tradition and the tides of flow this way in order for you to get ahead and be ahead, and it's about someone else, I think, in some ways naming you, and you don't want to be named that way. Queen of Swords, your mind and your communication, your intelligence, your trainings of your mind, your studies, your deep understandings of looking for, right balance of mind and the greatest of understandings. So on some level, you're looking for the greatest of understandings, but does it come through the path that someone else is saying you need to do, and maybe even yourself is needing to do? I don't think you feel like that's the right thing to do. So what is the action to take? Well, it's antelope. Swift action. Antelope bounds across the prairies. They are fast. Antelope bound, swift action. Whatever you decide to do, you need to take swift action on it. And you need to make it a part of your life. And you need to leap into it. If you feel a call to leap into it and find your path, and maybe that path is to go back into your studies, but I don't think so. I think that maiden is you is after some taste of life, some taste of adventure, some taste of youthful seeking of pleasure, deeper understanding of emotions, wider wisdom of intuition, greater wisdom of the heart, and more profound wisdom of compassion. Those are all the senses that come out of the maiden in the following of that path of the feminine energies are all about those softer things, those relationship things, those heart and emotions and compassionate things, those feelings, those intuitions, those surrenders, those learnings about how to create smoother relationships and understand things on their deepest levels of attraction and repulsion. So, you have a different path, I think, than what is, you quote, the chosen path. And in going against that, I think you find yourself better. You find yourself deeper. You love yourself more because you follow something that really has a heart to it. That might not be, your head might not have the heart in it. Your head might just be, oh well, that's logical and that's the right way to go. But where's the heart in it? Where's your soul and your heart and your sense of your authentic passion in it? And as you go through your life, you'll be more rewarded by having both the high energy of the mind and the high energy of the emotions. That's a balanced being, and I think that is the outcome or synopsis card. I think you have to look and say, is this my mother's dream that I'm trying to do for her? And why do I need to fulfill my mother's dream or my father's dream? Why do I need to fulfill anyone's dream except my own? So let me sort out what is mine versus what is someone else's. And I don't mean to go against them or do them negative, but this is my life. This is my holding. This is my dream. This is my adventure. This is my choice and chance to find my truth and to find myself. And I think you're driven by that on some level. And the maiden says, I'm here to give you the energy to follow your passion and follow your yens and follow your itches. There's a lot to be said in following one's itch, and I think you need to follow your itch and not your mind's rut, but your heart's itch. Ahom Atak.